So I was just going to make a video about this person. Um, because quite frankly, it's hilarious. So this is nose ring theory. So it's just been this thing going around lately. You see videos, and it doesn't have to be a massive nose ring like this, but there's a nose ring theory, and bull sounds. I don't know. But the theory that every time you see someone with a nose ring, before they even open their mouth, you know you're about to hear the dumbest fucking thing you could hear for that day. And I was gonna just watch this and we'd have a good laugh and all that, but here's the same person talking about a job or jobs in general, and I'm like, you know what? I talk about jobs here all the time. You know, how I take care of an elderly woman who's 86 and has dementia. Um, I've talked about other jobs I've had in the past. I show people complaining about, oh, we want $30 an hour, despite the fact that we work a job that a stone teenager can come in and do. Regardless, if it has something to do with jobs, I like to talk about it. So I found a good reason to talk about. Now, again, nose ring theory. Before they open their mouth, you know you're about to hear some of the dumbest fucking shit that you could for that day. So, this is more on Finder. Similar to the other one, but I think the other one just has a better ring to it, and it's funnier when you see them pop up in the comments. You know, they pop up, they're like, "Hi there." But let's listen to what this young individual, because it's 2025. I don't want to assume gender. It is a bit of a longer one. It's 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. But let's see what this young individual has to say.
Just in case we aren't on the same wavelength, let's get on the same wavelength. People shouldn't have to work to prove their value to you. In fact, people shouldn't have to work. People should want to work, and I want to work, and I do work. But it's like, no amount of working is ever going to be enough to prove that I'm not disabled. And no amount of work is going to make me not disabled.
Like, mentally disabled? Because you gotta have something wrong with you if you go out looking like that. You can say what you will about me. Oh, you're fat, you're this, your hair, whatever. She literally looks like a fucking clown. Like what the... She willingly goes out looking like this. So this, I'd rather look like this any day of the week.
You know, it's like, I can only fucking do so much. And it's like, motherfuckers will know literally not one thing about you and be like, jobless. Like, that's an insult. When, like, in reality, like, oh, like, I'm so glad to be out of the 9-to-5 fucking hellscape that is grocery stores. I worked in grocery stores like literally my whole job career.
Her whole, oh wait, because again, we don't want to assume their gender, their entire job career.
And it's like, now that I'm finally doing nails, it's like, oh, you can enjoy work. You can enjoy work. It's absolutely possible. And in fact, it's not hard. It's just that the world wants you to think that you don't deserve it, so that you don't work for it, so that other people who are more selfish than you can fill those spots instead. And I'm done letting people take my fucking spot. So, yeah, I'm just saying, I think we should stop judging people for not working like that isn't a gift to not work, to not have to work. You know, it's like, not being able to work is one thing, and I'm grateful and lucky enough to where I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I don't have to do that. I don't have to put myself through that anymore. And I am doing that with the understanding that this is what's good for me. This is what's better for me. This is what's safer for me. Because when I'm working, last time I worked a job, I tried to in the bathroom. So like, I feel like...
So remember a few moments ago when I said something about mental problems? Every single time. Every single time. And I understand there are some people who may look like this who don't have fucking some kind of mental issue, but she's not helping the stereotype here. She's not fucking or they're not helping the stereotype here.
It's better for me to just sit this one.
The stereotype that these people constantly seem to have mental issues of some kind. That's what I'm talking about.
Out, guys. But seriously, let's stop fucking judging people. I'm just tired of it. I'm fucking tired of hearing it. And I'm tired of hearing it in my comment section. Like, this isn't my goddamn phone. Be so for real.
So, let me now go over to this and let you hear what she says about nose ring theory.
Septum theory this, septum theory that. You guys are just jealous that I am swag, awesome, gay, and, yeah, that's it really. Those are the 3 things that I am. Swag, awesome, and gay. That's me. But for real, this septum theory shit is so fucking stupid. Like, sincerely. Like, where are we? There are so many more important things to talk about here on this fucking app right now. Like, if you're commenting septum theory under my posts, I'm blocking you. Septum.
So, do we think septum theory or nose ring theory is just a, just a conspiracy theory, or does it have some kind of weight to it? Because every single time you see a person who looks like this with a nose ring, again, it is the dumbest fucking shit you will hear that day. And unfortunately, if you see multiple videos, you're just being bombarded. I'm sorry. Like, you may have been fine today, and now I've just ruined your day. So, whoopsie-cadabra. But there, and I said, these are the same people calling you every matter of phobe, is an ism online. So these are the same people who want to sit there and call you gooner, or incel, or Nazi, or every matter of phobe, is an ism. They're the ones calling you names when you have a fucking person who looks like a literal fucking clown. These are the people sitting online who are again, raging against you. The ones complaining about Orange Man bad all the time. The ones calling you names. Again, I have no problem with this because I sure as hell don't look like that. So she's talking about how she doesn't have to work a 9 to 5. I think she said somewhere, I think it was that she works nails. I heard that because the captions are going
when like it,
I'm pretty sure it says that she works on nails, or they work on nails, clearly their own. Just got fucking Freddy Claw over there. But maybe it's not the 9 to 5 that's the problem. Now, they say they don't have a problem working, but maybe it's the environment. Maybe it's the environment. Maybe they've been let go. If this is how they choose to go out in public, I would assume this is how they choose to go to work. because I doubt that there's anything they can do about that, the hair when they go to work. The nails, same thing. Those look like they've been done, so their nails are like that. Um, Even if you take all this stuff out, you're gonna have these huge fucking holes in your face, even when you plug them with the little things to keep them open. Because you have a piercing, you take it out, it closes up real fucking fast. So they have those little you know, divider or space type things where you put them in and prevents your skin from closing up. Um, but then with so much crap in your face, you just look like a goofball. So maybe it's not maybe she's not telling the whole story. Maybe it's the fact that she kept getting fired from these 9 to 5 jobs. But because people come in like complain about why do you have a person who looks like a fucking clown working for you? They're like, we needed people. We needed people, and they came in looking for a job. We needed people. Sorry. Yeah, well, we're not going to give you our business anymore. Like, you're fired. Get out. You're scaring the customers. Like, seriously, people fail to understand that when you work for a company, no matter what company it is, you are representing that company when you are there during, your work hours. So most people come in, if it's a grocery store, this person is representing that store, not just that individual store, but the corporation. I've said this before, appearances matter. And then I know other people are going to think, oh, well, John, have you seen yourself? And to which I respond with, I've said this numerous times. When I have a job right now, I'm taking care of an 86-year-old with dementia. I don't need to really worry about what I look like. When I was working at Subway not too long ago, hair goes back. This was shaved down to where the district manager said I could have it. And there you go. Because I know that when I'm at work, they have certain standards. And despite whether you agree with them or not, I abide by those standards. So my hair would get tied back, looped, three times with, in the band, and then I kind of like take it and then fold it in like that, and then kind of clamp it around again, and then I would have it hanging over my hat to get it up and out of the way. And this was shaved down to about that much, which is what the district manager said I could have. But when you have someone coming in looking like this, and I've said this before, I use this as an example because how people carry themselves on the outside, usually how they carry themselves in their workplace. When I was at Ingles, and I've told this story so many times, I was working at Ingles, and this young kid comes in, like he's like 19, 20 years old or something, young black kid. He comes in, he's got his pants basically down to the floor. He comes in and doesn't say, "Excuse me, are you guys looking for help or hiring?" He just comes in and says, "Yo, y'all hiring?" Now, if he comes in and represents himself in that way, is that the kind of person or personality or attitude you want representing your company or your store? Because if he's coming in asking for a job like that, how do you think he's going to interact with customers? So basically, for whatever reason, despite the fact that I was just a fucking cashier, they looked at me, and not the kid, everyone else, the employees. They looked at me because I guess I was the biggest one there. So, I mean, like, I'm 6'4", so I guess my height just gives me authority. And I just said, well, we don't really need help right now, but if you want to go online, fill out an application, we can, it'll be on file just in case, when we do actually need someone. And which technically wasn't a lie because we didn't actually need anyone. Um, but it's a lot better than saying no. Because, they're, but, how you present yourself. So I would not be surprised if she came in or they came in to these places looking like this, and everyone was just like, "No, you're fired. Go take your Krusty the Clown looking ass out of my store." You can somewhere else. Um, but her saying, "Oh, yeah, my disability," and the fact that she's saying that she tried to off herself at work, again, once again, proving she's not helping the stereotype of these liberals, the people who look like this tend to have mental issues. So she's not helping the stereotype here. This is why memes exist. This is because of people like her. We always say this, that people who look like that, I mean, it's like, why do you go on their profiles? It's like, oh, autistic, depressed, anxious. These are the people like, oh, I have PTSD and anxiety, and all at the same time, apparently. So she's not helping the case here. And quite frankly, employers just don't feel like dealing with it. They don't. They see this crap, they see these people online, and they're like, you know what? I need people, but I mean, these are the same people who will say, "Oh God, I can't come in today, and I can't come in tomorrow or the next day because of this," and then they only show up like, I don't know, 5 days out of the month, but then they sit and complain how they don't get paid enough, and like, well, maybe try showing up to work. Show up to work and you get paid. Funny how that works. Well, apparently not. It's not, because you're not working. Um, but these freaking people who just, again, they want to reap all the benefits but do as minimal as possible. That's not how life works. I mean, the nail thing can only get you so far. Is that really what you want to do with the rest of your life? I mean, I can see she'll probably want to do her own nails for the rest of her life. But let's read some of the comments. She's on the board at Cracker Barrel. What the fuck is this? I'll never understand what they're trying to say. You have to work if you want to buy things. It's not about, yeah, how she says about, oh, people trying to, show off. And it's like, no, people get jobs because things in the real world require money. Money that's acquired by working. I don't know what these people were taught by their fucking liberal teachers and professors, but money doesn't just get handed to you. Okay, unless you were born to a very rich family with a silver spoon in your mouth, people aren't just handing you money. So most people, the general population, have to work for what they have. My $1,400 laptop, my everything I have, I had to work for. Guess what? That's real life. That's how life is. So the fact that she says that it's about feelings and no, you work because you have to, because nothing in life is free. And when it is free, there's always a catch, like free healthcare. Yeah, your healthcare may be free, but guess who's paying for it? The taxpayers. So nothing in life is free. Everything has a price. Everything has conditions. Everything has that fine print at the bottom. Your posts need to come with viewer discretion. Bleach, bleach, I need bleach for the eyes. What planet is that thing from? Who in the actual fuck raised this lunatic, mentally deranged, lazy, non-working, cross-dressing moron dipshit? What is that thing? Hey, the Bugle Daily. No way I could factor this. Hey, I brought up Krusty. Makes them easier to spot. Even nature is trying to help us get rid of them. Darwin approves. cheeky. Sweetheart, you're not on the same wavelength as anyone else on Earth. She looks like a clown with that face. Yeah. Is this Halloween in August? Well, if you go into certain stores, I go to down Dollar General, they've got fucking Halloween candy out. They're starting to put the Halloween decorations out. I'm sure stores like Target, Walmart, places like that have probably got the Halloween stuff all up and ready. Hell, I'm sure Walmart over there in their plant section and all that probably got fucking Christmas trees out already. I don't know. Maybe it is Halloween in August. But would. Insane Clown Posse is just different now. Yeah, really been going downhill. I don't understand it. What the fuck is that? Is this a man? How does someone not possess humility? Can't imagine having to see this every day. She doesn't work. The claw. But yeah, it's a good thing I saw this, because making a video about just this. Again, nothing in life is free. Everything has conditions. Everything comes at a price. Everything has that small fine print. These people are looking to reap all the rewards with minimal effort. Don't be this person. Go out and make sure you work hard and earn the things that you want instead of relying on other people to do it for you. But hey, that's just a theory. Life theory. And die. No, anyway, I'm done here. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.